portion of tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in or staying tuned in. If you guys are just tuning in, then you missed an amazing comedy class show. We have that going on every single Friday. And if you want to watch more improv this weekend, we have improv tomorrow as well with Missed Calls, Spacetime First Contact, and we have another stand-up show tomorrow. But tonight is all about these people, these comedians who have trained so hard to get here. They've worked for 5 weeks to get all new content ready just for you at home. So before I get started, my name is Anastasia Palinskaya, but I want to show you all the beautiful comedians that will be joining you tonight. So if they could please turn on their cameras and you can see their faces. Oh, look at these people. Yes. Oh my goodness. The best thing about stand-up is you see all these people, they're so different. They are diverse. They have a diversity of comedy, and you're going to get to hear all of that tonight. So if you guys can turn off your cameras, it's going to be about me for a second. We want to make sure that the show's suspenseful for all of you. So we want to make sure that you don't get all the good content out there. But for the comedians, please turn on your mics so you could laugh at each other. And we hope at home that you will be laughing as well. Like I said, my name is Anastasia. I am an improviser here at Villain Theater, but I also do stand-up. I've been doing stand-up for a little bit. But, you know, I knew early on that I was meant to be a star. It's true. My name is Anastasia, and when I moved to the United States when I was 3 years old, we moved to an area called Anastasia Island. So just picture me, 3 years old, looking around, I see like Anastasia State Park, Anastasia Street, Anastasia Strip Club. Nothing spells it out better than seeing your name in lights to know that you're about to become a... Yeah, the world's in a pretty crazy place, but something that I realized recently is that if you want to become president, you're the president. The president isn't like a position, it's not a person, it's a mentality. And by that, I mean, if you want to be president of anything, you should maybe get psychological help. I don't mean that as like an insult or anything. I actually had big president energy. I actually had a teddy bear named George Washington growing up. Yes. Not many girls get to say their first kiss was George Washington. But, I realized like George Washington is very similar. My George Washington is very similar to the real George Washington because they are both white and most likely made from child labor. Yeah. If you don't want to get American history completely ruined for you, don't Google it, but you should stay woke. That's what Villain Theater is all about. My parents don't always really like a lot of these jokes that I make that are more on like controversial side because, they're my parents. But my mom doesn't really like anything because, she's a Russian mom. And I don't know if you're familiar with the term Cold War. Just a term for resting bitch face. Yeah. But I don't mean that as like an insult against my parents. I mean, my parents are great. Things are a lot better for us right now. When we moved to the United States, my parents were very strict with me. I was a young girl from Russia, and they wouldn't let me do anything. I remember asking my mom if I could play soccer, and she's like, "No, Anastasia, you cannot play football. If you play football, you'll break your legs, you'll have crooked legs, and no man will ever want to marry you." I was 7. I got a little bit older. I asked my dad if I could get braces. He's like, "No, Anastasia, we used to beat up kids in Russia with braces. I will not have that for my daughter. I will not." My dad is also the guy from The Room. Oh, hi, Mark. But then I got a little bit older and I realized, like straight legs, crooked teeth, still a husband. So I started asking questions, and that's when I found out we had just been broke that entire time. Yeah, things got better. Things better now. And we have a great show for all of you tonight. We have lots of great stories from different people. Thank you for letting me share mine. But this show is not just about me. It's about it's not about me at all, actually. You will see a lot of me, but I'm filler. These people are the real stars. So, for your first comedian of the night, she is also an improviser at Villain Theater. You could see her in shows like Quarantine Roadshow. Put your hands together for Raquel.
Yes, thank you, Anastasia, for that beautiful introduction. If you don't follow Anastasia on Instagram, you're missing out. She posts great content. Shout out to Villain Theater as well. It's been a pleasure to get to meet everyone, to get to perform. But it's my first 5 for 5 class. You know, I was a little nervous thinking about everything that I had to do, but I just kept coming back to the same story. I was like, what kind of psycho dates a married man for a whole year? And then I just kept thinking about it, and it didn't leave my mind, right? Because as a young girl, you grow or boy, or non-binary, gender, homo sapien, whichever way you feel under the rainbow. When we grow up, we have this idea, right, about love and flowers and long walks along the park and hitting it from behind. So romantic. I always wanted to do all those things, but unfortunately, I started dating by the time that I got to college, which was right about the same time that I started driving. And as we know from our from our comedy class previously, the Palmetto is no freaking joke, okay? My dating life is equally represented by the amount of car crashes that there are on the Palmetto, all right? You're driving, I was flowing, I was dancing in the club, got my groove on, be like, hola papi chulo, ¿cómo estás? And then I end up in a relationship. I was like, all right, he's cute, me gusta, da lindo. 2 months down the line, things are great. And then I see my first red flag, okay? Now, I don't know if you've heard of red flags, but they look a lot like big red stop signs along the street when you're driving on the Palmetto. Now, like every freaking Floridian, nobody fucking listens to the stop signs, right? So neither did I. I drove right through the first one. All right, he doesn't have a Facebook. That's fine. He could just not be into technology. Boom, right? We hit the second red flag. All right, he also doesn't have an Instagram, an active email account. He doesn't have a secure job record. But you know what? He's so cute, and he's Brazilian, and oi, boa noite, he speaks Portuguese. So, I keep walking down through the Palmetto. 6 months down the line, I get a phone call. My beautiful boyfriend has a wife. No, por aquí se salió, voy a llamar a Jesucristo, a Dios, a todo el mundo, porque aquí se reventó Cuba, ¿ok? So I'm heated. There I am, heated, 6 months in my beautiful long walks on the beach relationship, and I find he has a wife. I said, okay, that's cool. She's older than me. She don't look like me. I got this, okay? I'm not a wedding crasher or whatever they're called. But he can come to me. I get a phone call from the wife. Now, mind y'all, okay? This woman is living in Brazil. She only speaks Portuguese. So you know what I do? I go and learn Portuguese, all right? I Google Translate that, be like, oi, boa noite, safada, pinga. That means, that's a drink in Brazilian, okay? That's not the bad word in Cuban, just FYI, because I know we got a lot of Cubans in the house. So I can't believe I retrospect my life, and I can't believe I ended in that mess, dating a married man who ended up having a Facebook. Red alert, okay? 3 kids on the Facebook that he blocked me. este va a morir. So I do what I can, and I call up my people, you know, back in my home country, and I'd be like, listen, I need you to call me a hitman. We gotta see.
Oh my God.
Right? It ended up not having to go that far, but I will say that I learned a couple things. If you're dating a married man, here's a couple things. One, leave, okay? They will never leave their wife for you, no matter how good looking Beyonce wannabe you are, okay? Two, get a hobby, okay? That man is not your life, okay? He doesn't revolve around it. And rule number 3, when you come across a red flag, you better fucking stop. Thank you guys. That was my night. Make sure to follow Villain on YouTube and keep following our show.
Woo! Give it up for Raquel, everyone. Yeah. In case you guys are wondering why I keep looking here and there, I am actually streaming through a camera because Villain Theater is committed to bringing super high-tech production, which just means I nerded out on Amazon and bought too much shit. So if it's a little weird, I'm sorry, but we're all getting used to this. A couple months into the pandemic. What year is it, really? Alrighty, so up next, we have Brandon Eisner, everyone. Put your hands together.
Ooh.
I had this big entrance planned. I was going to beatbox the show by Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh, but friggin' COVID ruins everything. I'm Brandon. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I moved to New York City as soon as I was old enough to study theater. I ended up staying out there for about 12 years. Then I moved back to Cleveland for 8 years to study urban planning. Started working for a commercial real estate company. They moved me down to Tampa about 2 years ago, and then they moved me to South Florida about a year ago. So I've been kind of nomadic in my life, and I'm realizing that's had a negative effect on me. So people that I work with, they knew right away what they wanted to do with their lives. And so they put down roots. So they've got, you know, great social circles. They're far along in their careers, great families, beautiful houses. And then moving to South Florida, it's only been multiplied with the purple Lamborghinis and the orange Ferraris and those gorgeous houses on Star Island with the docks and the boats. And then I have my 1-bedroom apartment and I drive my Kia Soul. And it's made me realize that I have not properly cultivated my white male privilege. But I'm officially middle-aged now, which that's okay. I'm a proud member of Gen X. We've gotten to see amazing advancements in technology, and in video games is one of the things that just blow me away. I played Pong as a kid, and then, you know, the games now with the deep storylines and the gorgeous art, voice talent, it's just amazing. So a while back, I was at my friend's house, and he's a single dad of 2 kids, and his youngest, his 14-year-old son, was playing Fallout 4, which is this post-apocalyptic survival game. And within this game, you can get non-player characters to help you out in your quest. And so he's normally been palling around with this guy, Paladin Dance, who's this ex-soldier. He's got power armor, heavy weaponry, can get you out of any situation. But this night he turns it on, and his companion is Piper. Now, Piper's kind of hot, and she's kind of alternative. She's Antifa, member of the independent media. And so I say, hey, Piper, huh? And he doesn't really answer. And so I turned to my friend, and we kind of exchanged a knowing glance because we've played this game, and we both know that your character can have sex with Piper. Well, we heard that your character could have sex with Piper. I don't know. But anyway, so my friend asked his son, he said, so are you and Piper hitting it? So video games even help parents have the talk with their kids. Now, I'm not sure how the talk went that night because 3 years later, he was sent off to the Navy. So I'm guessing not well. Another thing about Gen X that's just amazing is the things that people made such a big deal about that seems so silly now, like the parental advisory explicit lyric stickers that they used to put on albums. Now, these targeted mainly hip hop and rap artists, which there's definitely an element of racism there, but part of me thinks that they were targeted just because it's, you know, poetry spoken over a bass line and a drum beat. So it's a little bit easier to pick up the lyrics than say a song where, you know, if the voice is beautiful, sometimes the lyrics don't really matter. But what I've been doing lately is I've been monologuing some of the lyrics of these 80s and 90s artists that did not get parental advisory explicit lyrics stickers. And let me tell you something, the lyrics are a little disturbing. In 1980, Benny Mardones recorded Into the Night, and the song charted to number 11 on the Billboard. And the lyrics go like this. She's just 16 years old. Leave her alone, they say.
Oh, no.
Separated by fools who don't know what love is yet. If I could fly, I'd pick you up and take you into the night and show you love like you've never seen. I mean, Jesus Christ, who the hell wrote these lyrics? Is that Trump, Clinton, and Epstein smoking cigars on the island? Now, conversely, if you take hip hop lyrics of that time, they come off like Shakespearean verse. Here's a passage from the works of Sir Mix-a-Lot. I like big butts. I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. You want to pull up tough because you noticed that butt was stuffed deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh, baby, I want to get with you and take your picture. My homeboys tried to warn me, but that butt you've got makes me so horny. See, it's poetry. So I've had a lot of disruption in my life, but there's been great moments. I once got to swing dance to the Branford Marsalis Band live. I once got to hug Q-Tip after a concert at the Blender Theater, and now I've done one more because I've done stand-up in front of a live audience. I'm Brandon Eisner. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Get up for Brandon, everyone. Alrighty, is Aimee in here? Let's see. Nope, not yet. Thank you guys for everyone who's been tuning in, by the way. So we have over 60 people watching right now. And I just want to say, if you're not yet subscribed, then what are you doing? Subscribe right now, like this video. It's a free way to support this amazing comedy space. And we already have Aimee. I see Aimee already. We had a sneak peek, but now let's see the real thing. Put your hands together for the lovely Aimee. Or not.
I'm here. I'm sorry.
There she is already. There she is. Aimee, everyone. Woo!
Technology is not my forte, so I apologize for that, and also because of where I'm at. But I'm happy to be here, and happy to share some stuff about my life. To begin with, let's see. So I am currently in what they call a potential midlife crisis, where I am trying to unlearn many things that I've learned throughout my life, mostly thanks to my mother and my grandmother. Some things are great. So, you know, I'm a decent human being, I'm kind and that sort of thing. But some things have traumatized me and have really fucked me up. But just to get back into it really fast, basically, I was a very naive and gullible child. I listened to them, was a very good kid. And what they did to me is that they traumatized me when it came to sex and basically terrified me to the point that I thought you needed to be a virgin until you got married. When I was 12 years old, my mother told me that, and mind you, 12 years old, freshly menstruating, she tells me, oh my God, you cannot wear a tampon. And I'm like, all my friends are wearing tampons. How come I can't wear a tampon? And basically she says, if you wear a tampon, you're going to have sex and you're going to be a whore. So apparently tampons are sex. So I didn't even know what sex was, but I was like, okay, I guess that's a bad thing, right? Then, you know, I'm a little bit older and my mom tells me, hey, you know, you can't let a boy go down on you. And I was like, what are you even talking about? She's like, you know, that's, you know, if you do that, you're going to have sex and you're gonna be a whore. So apparently everything that can, you know, touches your vagina or enters your vagina makes you a whore. And you have to avoid that at all costs because you got to be ladylike, you know. And the second thing also is that, my grandma tells me that if you let boys fondle your boobies, apparently your boobs sag, but guess what? They sag anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So that really doesn't matter. But the point of the story is that they scared me so much into, you know, like you can't have sex, you have to wait till you get married. And then the ironic part is that years later, they're like, so when are you gonna give me grandkids? And it's like, I have to wait to get married to have sex. And they're like, no, you don't have to wait anymore. We just told you that we thought it was gonna take you a really long time. So I was like, oh, so basically I've been deprived for so many years. I could have had sex. And okay, so now what do I do? So in today's day and age, what does a young virgin, and when I virgin, I'm not talking about like a born again virgin, like somebody that hasn't had sex in a long time, or a woman that has never, you know, come or anything like that. I'm talking about full on virgin, you know, only know sex theoretically based off of what they see on like movies, PG-13, or like whatever their friends, because my friends are whores. But they're amazing. I see you, Dusty. I hope you're watching. And but whatever. So I've never dated in the traditional way. So I do online, because online is the way to go. People swipe left, swipe right, the whole thing. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna start dating and I'm gonna meet somebody, and we're gonna have an amazing relationship. And then this will be the person.
Oh no, it seems that. Oh, okay, Aimee, you're good. You froze for a moment.
Technical difficulties. I'm in a vehicle, guys. So this is modern times. Modern times. So okay. So I'm on online dating, or trying to online date. A lot of my friends, I thought it was something great because I know people that they've gotten married from online dating. So I'm thinking this is going to be a great experience. It's not going to be bad. But all I receive, literally, all I ever receive without ever seeing one in real life are dicks. Dicks on dicks on dicks on dicks. That's all I ever get. So I'm like, what do I do with this? You know? So I'm just like, okay, how do I compare this? What do I do? Thankfully, a very nice and considerate gentleman. Ooh, more technology. A very nice gentleman shares a picture of their dick next to a tube of toothpaste. And I have to thank him because one, I know he has gum health and he takes care of his teeth. And two, now I have something to compare it to. So I'm going to leave you guys with just a little more information. And rather not more information, but let you know, I'm going to look into more information about dicks, and it's my time. So I'm going to let you go and continue driving because I'm not. So later, guys.
Yay.
Get up for Aimee, yeah! Please drive safe. And Joseph Rodriguez said in the comments that your grandma sounds like Coach Carr, so he gets it. Alrighty, up next we have Jackie Lara. Everyone, put your hands together. Woo! Yay!
All right, thank you, Anastasia. Hi, everyone. Everybody, welcome from your bedrooms, your cars, and possibly your toilets. I hope you guys are having a better day than me. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. So for the past several years, a lot of things have changed for me. I've managed to have a baby. I've managed to keep the baby weight. It's not easy. She's 7 now. You know, which technically, I mean, I fit into my maternity clothes. No, that's a lie. They're a little tight. No. I got pregnant at 17. I know what you're thinking. She ruined her life. You're fucking right. I could have been on 16 and pregnant. Okay. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? They say 16 and pregnant, but I saw 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, like 17-year-olds. Fuck, I even saw an episode with a 20-year-old. I don't know, but there's no teen in 20, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of there. You know, that's probably, yeah, it's got to be definitely top worst mistake I've done. None of them. I could have been famous now, you know, but no, actually, instead, I got disowned. So I come from a small island. It's called Key Largo, Florida, if you know anything about that. So yeah, so small island, word got around, I was pregnant. I guess ignorance is a thing, and they thought it was contagious. People stopped coming around me, stopped hanging out, you know, no worries. I didn't cry. I didn't write anything in my diary about it, you know, whatever. So, you know, had no friends. So I just started recently going out. I've realized like I've been fucking cleaning up piss, shit, and throw up. And that sounds like the last time I went out. So I was like, fuck, you know, practically thinking I need to fucking, take myself out, get shit faced. I deserve it. Treat yourself, right? So yeah, I get all dressed up, which again, I don't know what that is, mom like. And I go to the local bar, and nobody fucking gave me the fucking memo that you don't go out at 8. 8 o'clock, no one's there. You got people just opening up. They're still setting up chairs. Yeah. So, but I was like, fuck it, I'm already there, right? Like, why not fucking get shit faced? Fuck it. So I'm sitting there getting drunk. I probably had, I don't know, 3 shots, 2 beers, and then I ended it up with vodka and soda with lime, because got to keep it classy. So I look at the time, and it's 11 p.m. And fuck, man, it's past my bedtime, God damn it. So I stepped out, and I'm heading to my car, and I'm stumbling. I'm pretty drunk. First of all, I haven't been out in a while. And fucking I look up from one of my little, fucking almost fucking falling out, and I fucking see my high school reunion. Like, holy fuck. The fucking one I was gonna skip out on, say I'm sick or something. God fuck. And in my small island, everyone's fucking fake. I'm not gonna lie, I'm fake as fuck too. So I got people coming up and like, oh my God, Jackie, how are you? I'm like, oh my God, girl, how are you? Kiss. You look fabulous, And here's where I fucking hate it. They've never given a fuck about me, obviously, or my pregnancy, and they decide they want to tell me or ask me, better yet, so hey, where's your daughter? Are you fucking assuming I don't know where my fucking daughter is? She's in the fucking car, okay? I'm a good fucking mother, did you not hear about the 6 months of breastfeeding I did, and now I'm stepping over my fucking titties? What do you mean? I'm a great fucking mother, but it's okay. I'm a great fucking mother. And so I turn, and I'm at this point, I'm pissed, I'm drunk. And all I could think of is like, fuck, I want to get out of here so fucking bad. And I'm like, fuck you, my daughter's waiting. I'm a great fucking mother. Tripped over my tits. I'm Jackie. Thank you. That's all the time.
Woo! Give it up for Jackie, everyone. Yeah. Alrighty. I'm not sure if we have Steve on deck, but I do not see Steve. Is Steve being let in? Let's see. Meanwhile, while I'm here, I just want to say, if you want to be like these funny individuals that we have here tonight, you can do it. Villain Theater has another 5 for 5 class starting real soon, I think on Wednesday, if I'm mistaken. But if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Go on the Villain Theater website and check it out for yourself. Not only is there a 5 for 5 class starting, there's also a VT1, a VT2. So yes, you can do improv from home, Villain Theater style. But I see Steve now. Steve is up. So I won't babble on anymore. You'll hear more. We like to keep the suspense going. But for now, put your hands together for Steve.
Woo. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Steve. But hi, everyone. My name is Steve. Hi, everyone. My name is Steve. But like my Cuban family used to call me Eti, because apparently the V is not pronounced in Cuban. As you can probably tell, I was born in the 80s. And the 80s was a different time, man, a different world. And nothing shows that more than, you used to be able to buy a car, nice car for a couple $1,000. You could get a decent job without even a high school diploma. But most notably, you could beat the living shit out of your kids in public and nobody really gave a damn. See, society, we've come a long way since then. And, all this nurturing and creating an emotionally stable human wasn't the norm. Like, for example, breakfast time in my house was right before school, café con leche with Cuban bread. Think about that. That's Cuban coffee with sugar, milk with sugar, and bread. Also another sugar. So I was in school like a fucking rocket ship trying to get out of my chair, and they expected me to behave good in school. And my grandma, she raised me. She was a political prisoner for 12 years in Cuba. And to say that she was a disciplinarian is putting it mildly. And she had a way with words when it came to expressing her frustration whenever I got on her nerves. Here are a couple of my favorite examples of hers. Here's one. Esti, vas a recibir más golpe que un tambor en tiempo de feria. Which means, Steve, you're going to get beat more than a drum during a music festival. Yeah. This one she usually saved for whenever we were in public and in close quarters to other people. She would say, Eti, and then she would do this thing with the tongue. She would bite her tongue just to show me her fury. Eti, me tienes la papaya hinchada. Right?
Oh, no.
Which, to the untrained ear, it sounds like, it says, Steve, you have my fruit swollen. But a little bit is lost in translation because what she actually said is, Steve, you have my fucking pussy swollen. Yeah, that one left the mark. We were poor, and she came from even more poverty. And nothing showed that more when it was shower time. And I don't know how it was at your home. Maybe you were able to fill up the bathtub, play with your bubbles. Maybe you had water toys. But we had to go in the shower, turn it on, turn the water on, turn it back off, and lather up, turn it right back on, and turn it right off. If not, you would hear, if you weren't there, you were there too long, you would hear, Eti, and it just knew that you needed to turn that water off really quick. But I remember it was 3rd grade, elementary school, and it was right before Christmas break when we have the Secret Santa exchange. And that morning I woke up, I told Grandma, look, there's a gift exchange at school, and I have to bring a present. She was like, a present? A present for who? I was like, I don't know, it's a secret. And she was like, okay, wait right here. So I was there having my latte and my cigarette before school, and she came back with this beautiful little present. It was about this big. Had a nice little bow on it. Very nice. And I was all proud. And here I am. I'm going to school. I go there. I put it under the tree. And you know how it is. The last day before school ends, everyone's real giddy. Everyone's looking under the tree, trying to figure out what's what. And at the end of class, the teacher's giving out the presents. And I remember one kid, he got a radio control car. I got a Voltron action figure. And then there was that one kid, you just hear it. He was like, a handkerchief? I got a handkerchief? All right, folks. That was my grandma. I'm Steve. Eti. Have a good night.
Yay.
Woo! Put your hands together for Steve, everyone. Yeah. Alrighty. So, before we introduce Grace, I do want to show all the different classes that Villain Theater has to offer. If you want to be like these funny people, then you can take 5 for 5. You can take musical improv. level 1 improv, and there's also level 2, in addition to sketch writing and all these other things. So it's your time to shine. Also, I don't see any more subscribers to this video. We're so close to having 69 in the number of subscribers that we have.
Oh
so
my.
if you want things to get
Yes.
sexy, then it's up to you, people of the internet. Alrighty, but you already saw her, and I don't want to keep you waiting. So put your hands together for Grace Mead, everyone. Woo! Yay!
Thank you, Anastasia. My name is Grace Mead, as she said. And in the last 6 weeks, the world famous children's author, J.K. Rowling, has accused me of creating a climate of fear and inducing justifiable terror. Now, admittedly, she didn't write this to me, but I am openly transgender, and I write and I speak advocating that trans women have access to women's spaces safely and without stigma. And in early June, J.K. Rowling wrote this essay, and she seems to have 2 big concerns. Her first is, and it's a little difficult to tell, that either people accidentally transition or that I might change my mind. And she draws on her own personal experience and says when she was a teenager, she had some ambivalence about her assigned sex. Well, I hate to correct you, Ms. Rowling, but ambivalence ain't gonna get you there. If you're worried about a complete renovation, and she elsewhere makes clear in more blunt language that is what she's concerned about, it takes quite a bit more. To start at top, simply the electrolysis to remove facial hair requires some 40 sessions. Before each one, you have to grow it out for 72 hours. And then they find the hair follicle with a needle, each individual one, and they burn it shut for 6 hours.
Oh no.
And if the whiskers on your face bother you more than 6 hours of searing pain, you might be transgender. Or the time I went to go see the endocrinologist. And we were talking about a 5-year hormone treatment. And I said, doctor, I've read a lot. And I said, is it true that you can expect half the cup size of your mother and sister? And he says, yes, that's right. I said, but doctor, I don't want them to get smaller. So of course I went to visit a surgeon to take care of both the second story and the first story. And of course, everyone straight is obsessed with the plumbing and electrical work.
Oh my.
And I went to him about, remedying the shortcomings of the hormone therapy. And we were discussing, and apparently the best surgeons in the world, you don't pick a precise size. They get you on the table, they look at your bone structure, and then they make the choice. And we were talking about a range, which is evident. And he says, where do you live? And I said, Miami. And he says, oh, you'll fit right in. Actually, you could go bigger. And I did. Now, I got both the top story and the bottom story done at the same time. And the day after the surgery, I woke up in the hospital and my therapist called me. And she said to me, well, I think you were ready. And I responded, I sure as hell hope so. We made some fairly permanent decisions here. Now, Ms. Rowling also seems to think we are scared. This is the woman who gave us Lord Voldemort, who killed Harry Potter's parents when he was an infant, who enslaved the house elves and was so fearsome, a worldwide community would not speak his name. And she, again, a little tacky, but it is what she's focused on. She's very focused on bathrooms, not a subject that, as my grandmother would say, is appropriate for mixed company. I use the bathroom she thinks I should use. I was at a movie theater. I was kind of upset. And so I lost in my own head, inadvertently walked into the men's room. and about a year ago. And this lovely gentleman was at the urinal and he let out a squeal, and I would imitate it, but no speech therapist is going to get my voice that high. And he started watering the wall. So I certainly scared someone in a bathroom, but it was because I was using the bathroom she told me I should use. You know, at the end of the day, trans people just ain't that scary. No one is staying up at night worrying about RuPaul. But if I am so scary, perhaps I should follow her lead and write novels with scary characters in them. Because the one thing I will take advice from her on is how to fabricate facts. Thank you. My chosen name is me.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. We have a couple of comedians left. I do want to mention, thank you guys for getting us to 30 likes for this video. You guys are so good at participating. And because you're so good at participating, I'm going to tell you more things to do. So go on Instagram and follow Villain Theater to see more about what things we have going on. Because I'm just saying for myself, but I can tell this event is a success. These people are amazing. And if you want to see more people like this, then find out what the hell is going on with Villain Theater by subscribing to our social media channels. Thank you. Alrighty. So we have a couple more comedians. So up next, we have Sonya. Put your hands together. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. Do you guys have that annoying friend who is just very good at reaching life milestones, right? They just do it one after another, and it's just so annoying to watch them do it. Well, I am actually that annoying friend. I got married when I was 27. We bought a house when I was 28. We had a kid when I was 30. I got my first chin hair when I was 31. I got divorced when I was 32, possibly on the account of chin hair. I don't know. And now that I'm 35, I find myself researching smart lipo while eating chocolate cake. So sounds about right. Coming right along here. By the 40th, I really hope to get better at divorce. I didn't get a single dollar last time. I don't know what I did wrong. This boob job is not going to pay for itself. So I got to do better next time. In the meantime, so I thought I'll, dip my toes back into the dating pool while I'm sort of single. I was a little nervous at first, it's intimidating, but I quickly realized that being a slut is just like riding a bike. You get right back into it, So if anybody has any doubts, you'll get it back. You'll get your magic back. So don't you worry. So of course, I was having a really good time for a while, and kind of having maybe a little too good a time. I got this whole rotation going. So then I thought, you know what, maybe I should slow down a little bit. I thought, I could get murdered or something, and no one's gonna know who did it, There'd just be too much DNA out there. They wouldn't even know where to start. So anyways, so I thought, online dating is sort of where it's at. And I was hoping that the bad pickup lines are going to fully transition to online also. But no, they still happen in real life. I was walking from work, and we're talking, it's quarantine time, right? So like yoga pants, and I had a mask on, okay? I had a mask. And this car pulls up next to me, and out of the back seat, it was packed with some like really young looking dudes. And out of the back seat, the guy inquires if I would like to ride a magic carpet with a genie. Now, two things, okay? First, genies do not need a magic carpet to fly, okay? You should know that by now. Like, read a book, And at two, holy shit, I'm a MILF. Like no one told me this is gonna happen. I mean, I know that I had a child, right? But like nobody explained to me that that's what makes you a MILF. I mean, I should have put two and two together. So that led me on a whole week of self-discovery. And I was dating this guy at a time. So I asked him, I was like, hey, am I a MILF? So he goes, oh yeah, you're a major MILF. Hold on. I have a lot of questions, and you seem to be the guy with the answers. So, major MILF. Is that like a 2-star situation? Like, am I like going through the ranks and I didn't even know that? Am I supposed to be reporting to somebody? Like, hold on. Like, what's the chain of command? Do we have a general? Is this thing organized? Was I supposed to be like training surgeon MILFs? Guys, I am so sorry. I guess I've been like slacking off this whole time. Whoever had to like pick up the slack, I am so sorry. Major MILF Sonya reporting for duty. So before I sign off, I want to leave you guys with one piece of advice, and this is for the guys in the audience. If you guys have an online account, the dating profile, I just have one question. What is up with all the fishing photos? You know what I'm talking about, right? It's the guy on the boat posing with his prized possession of a fish. I mean, I appreciate the fact that you're resourceful. I do. But how do, like, that picture is probably really, really old. How do I know how old it is? You know what? I bet that picture is like 2 years old, and that fish looks nothing like it does in the photo. Okay. So ditch the fish pics, stick with the dick pics. My name is Sonya. Thank you so much.
Yay.
Give it up for Sonya. There you go. Stick to the dick pics. Alrighty. Wise words. We are on our last meeting of the night, guys. Can you believe this? This is insane. Thank you to all of you who've been watching the show. We started at 8:30. It's amazing. And we really appreciate you welcoming us to your home or your computer. Please don't watch us on the toilet. I mean, I guess you can, but it's a little bit weird. Alrighty, so without further ado, our last meeting of the night. This person is a performer at Villain Theater, and when I say performer, I mean just true performer. A true star. Give it up for Santiago.
Hi. I want to start my set with a disclaimer. I'm Mexican, and I'm telling you this because I don't want anyone to come at me for making fun of Mexican people. Okay, I'm allowed to make fun of the Mexicans. I will also be slut shaming, which I'm also allowed to do as a proud member of this subset of the population. In fact, I am such a hoe that my coronavirus test came back positive for chlamydia. Slutty. I will also be making fun of alcoholism, but that's just because drunks are so funny. I'm kidding. I'm an alcoholic. I'm allowed to make fun of drunks as well. In fact, at some point I was drinking so much that my breakfast was a glass of vodka and something else. So like a bagel and a glass of vodka, or like a Pop-Tart and a glass of vodka. Breakfast of champions. One morning, I decided I was gonna have a grapefruit and vodka. Not grapefruit juice in the vodka, not at 9 a.m. Come on, what do you think I am? No, an actual grapefruit, okay? Anyways, I ate my grapefruit, I drank my vodka, and 15 minutes later, I was in the bathroom, hovering over the toilet. I threw up the vodka, I threw up the grapefruit, I threw up the grapefruit seeds, I threw up corn. I don't even know why. Anyways, that was the morning when I realized I just can't have grapefruits for breakfast. It just doesn't sit well with me, and I had to change something. But that was 9 months ago. Okay, so I've been I've been sober for 9 months. I've been going to AA.
Woo woo.
Well, I was going to AA, then Corona happened, and now I'm praying. I'm also doing drag as a way of, distracting myself. I'm in drag right now. I know, shocking. Don't lie, okay? Don't lie. I know I look a little freaky, okay? I know I look a little freaky when I'm in drag, but I want you to tell me that I'm beautiful, and I want you to treat me like I'm beautiful. I mean, why not? It's only one of the many similarities between drag queens and entitled white women, okay? When I'm in drag, I exercise my Karen privileges. I do. For example, if you want to touch my wig, I'm gonna need to see a permit for that, or $1. If your husband is hot, I'm gonna need to speak to your husband. And then I'm gonna need you to go back to Mexico, okay? And I don't care if you're not from Mexico. I believe there's an entitled white woman inside of every drag queen. And speaking of things inside of drag queens, penises. My parents had my penis circumcised, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not. I think at 25, it should have been my decision whether or not I get to keep my own foreskin. It was attached to my body. I don't know why they did that. Maybe they were just tired of paying my uncle to clean it for me. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyways, I don't let misfortune keep me down. So I went online and I found a PDF that read how I grew my foreskin back. And the whole method could be mine for $25. And at first, like any savvy consumer, I was like, no. But then I saw the PDF included pictures and I was like, So I bought the PDF and I'm about to reveal the secret. Okay. The method works. And I know it because I saw the pictures. But the pictures were a little intimidating. The PDF was written by a Black man. And why does it gotta be Black? I'll let you know why. Because the results were intimidating, okay? The member was substantial. The member was swarthy. The member was turgid. The member was tantalizing. Oh, sorry. Science, we're talking science. Growing foreskin. Anyways, I tried the method. I decided to try it. And as I speak to you right now, there are pellets hanging from my dick skin, enlarging my foreskin. And the results are astounding, I'm telling you. Now, has my foreskin grown back? No. But my dick is looking pretty black. So I am really hopeful.
Woo!
Thank you.
Santiago, everyone! That is our last meeting of the night, guys. How crazy. So many great people. Let's put them all out here. Let me see your faces. You are all too hot to handle. I am so excited. These people 5 weeks ago embarked on a journey and it took them here. Now what will happen next? Maybe they'll participate in our stand-up open mics on Tuesdays, which I encourage all of you to watch. Maybe they'll get booked for other shows. The show we have tomorrow at 10 on the Villain Theater YouTube. Very low-key plug. But before we get going, I just want to give one more round of applause. All of you, clap your hands for yourselves. You have done great. Clap yourselves for your classmates. Oh, so funny. Now stand-up comedian. You guys got the same amount of graduation as a high school graduation. It's all on Zoom, baby. All right, thank you guys so much, and thank you to Villain Theater. Again, if you want to do what they did, go to villaintheater.com and find out more information. Thank you so much, and have a great night.
Good night.
Bye.